Hello, this is Serge David bringing you a Commander role type overview. The Commander role type is distinct because it does not center around a specific playstyle like long range, support, frontline brawling, or recon and harassment. Instead, it centers around the extra features on the map that are granted by the Commander module. As a Commander, you can see ally and unjammed enemy locations on the map within your team's connected network area. And this allows you to see if a nearby enemy is out of position, if one of your guys are out of position, if a scout is trying to sneak up behind your team. Pretty much a lot of the meta stuff unlocks for you and your team when at least one of your teammates has a commander module, because it gives you that very effective map awareness. Now let's go and transition into equipment, and because the commander role type doesn't focus on like a weapon or a chassis to make its effectiveness. Instead, it focuses on the auxiliary modules of the commander module and the network uplinks. You have a huge variety of different build options, and generally I'll pick two builds to make it like a commander defender hybrid or whatnot. So the build I'm showing you right now is my commander defender that I've been playing around with. It has some shotguns and rocket launchers, and it's fairly tanky. I want to be able to like take a few shots, just like be in like a support role in the front lines, not be the first ones to engage, but go in there, take some damage, try not to die, because the commander module is so important to the team in regards to organization. Next one is my commander heavy gunner, and I love this thing. I love the way it is. It's I focused on the biggest network I can have, so I can stay nice and far back, and as much howitzers I can put on there, which currently is 8. And when we get hexes, I'll put a lot more on there. So I'll sit back relatively in the backfield. I'll see where enemy positions are on the map, and I'll area bombard them or their radar dish, keep them on their toes, and just make life hard for them so they can't sit still. And this works really nice if a sniper decides to sit too long in a location. That's fun right there. Next one is the a quick sniper commander that I built, and that's also really nice because you're in a safe area in the backfield. You're not going to be shot at fairly regularly. I could probably fit another sniper rifle or two on there, but I just threw this one together, and I have it in sets of 2 and 2, so I can go sit back, watch the map, organize my team, being like, hey, there's a guy here, there's a guy there, and just provide that extra damage. Next one is one of my favorite commander builds that I have, which is my commander soldier build, which uses 4 cannons. It's very effective at dealing damage. It doesn't have the secondary weapon group that my normal soldiers have, because I'm using that extra energy and weight for the commander module. But for what it is effective. I wouldn't really run it as the first one to push unless there are no other soldiers, but it definitely will be up there in battle. And if I lose my commander module while fighting, I mean, I lose my guns anyway, so I'll be ineffective anyway. And then the last one is my current favorite commander build that I have made so far. I just love the way this looks. It's a scout commander hybrid, so I can go and run around, spot enemies, see what they're using, and then also use my commander module to see where they're going while staying out of line of sight. I also have the network uplink deployable, so I can deploy an uplink area, move away from it, and still have a nice variety. So if they try to chase me, I can see where they're going, even though I'm a grid square or 2 away. and of course 4 machine guns, so I can be very harassy and just overall annoying to them. And also I can drop a enemy base with those machine guns. It's really nice having that option. And let's get to the gameplay. And I'll pick one of the easiest maps to work with on with AI. And here I'll place one deployable right here near the base. Sadly, you can't chain network areas in the current patch, but eventually that will be fixed. So I have like one here, one there, and I'll just chain them along. So if a scout tries to go and sneak up, I'll be able to see. And I can see one scout going into my fortifications. I'll use my eyes to go and see where the other enemies are, because this map allows you to scout this way. Even though they're not on here, you can still find out where they are. So it is a very good idea to rely on your teammates and their eyes to find where enemy positions are. And from here, since I don't have any commanders, I could theoretically sneak around and drop the base all by myself if it comes to that, but generally that's considered bad form, and I want to show off killing these guys just in and out. Because of the weight and energy needed for the commander module, I am less effective than I would be in a pure scout role. Like I would have probably shotguns or something like that. Which one? Okay, the tread ones at the enemy. Ow. I just took those right to the face. The back of the head. It's also nice having a commander module, because you don't actually have to, at close range, you don't have to know what your team is using. You just have to rely on the map and be like, hey, that is an enemy right there. And that's an enemy, but that's a teammate. It makes life... Ooh, someone's shooting at me. Oh, and I lost my uplink deployer. So apparently, my team has lost the fight while I was talking around. But that's okay. Because the AI are still a little derpy on here, and they sent their entire team while we only sent 4 of ours. Look at those wheels go. Anyway, the commander really focuses a lot on the meta of the game over the actual combat, where you can be saying where enemy positions are, where your team are. It doesn't really tell you what they're bringing, but that's what the scouts and visual confirmation is for. It's like, hey, this is a howitzer build. Oh, he's going after my radar dish. So it's very nice in that regard. And I'll do one more with the heavy gunner one, just because I like that build as well. It's a good example of using that. Now, a few future options that we might have as commanders would be things such as the ability to place waypoints on the map, so you can be like, hey, there's an enemy at C2. Let me just plop a little waypoint right there so I can show exactly where in C2. There's talk of a range finder, so you can go and find the distance between 2 points on the map. So you could place one point where an enemy, a heavy gunner, is in your heavy gunner, and tell them, okay, it's here where the waypoint is, and it's this far away. So when the heavy gunners have the rangefinder on their guns, it'll be 600 meters in this location right here, and it's just up to them to get the right angle and the right direction. there's not much else to tell about the commander role type, at least right now. It's still fairly simple, but it's really good to have on the team. Like if we didn't have it, it's like not having an extra set of eyes. As soon as you get used to it, you don't want to play without it. And you can see the difference between that round and this one. Anyway, this has been Surge David. Hope you enjoyed the overview, and hopefully the new format will evolve and get better. See you on the battlefield, Mavericks.